Peace, family. This is Lions Den with another news and commentary. The Chicago Police Department has released one of the officers' body cams of the incident of what happened to Snoop. So what I'm about to play with this video is very disturbing, very graphic. So if you have kids involved in this on reaction, it's best for them not to watch this because it's very graphic. But it's going to show two different videos: the officer's body cam and one of the witnesses' cell phone cameras captured the incident. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video, and I'm going to give you the rest of my commentary.
Fuck y'all do that shit? To a bomb! To a bomb? He just begging. A homeless man. A homeless man. Oh, y'all been sitting there for fucking hours. A homeless man. Y'all bogus! Y'all bogus! Y'all just been sitting there for hours, man. He been sitting there for hours, man. Y'all bogus! Yeah, y'all bogus!
Okay, you guys, you just saw two separate versions of what happened with Snoop in Chicago yesterday. Let me say this, because I know there's going to be some mixed reaction on both sides of this. Now, here's my commentary. Was he armed? Yes, he was armed. And this is my opinion, and people have opinions below that. But everybody saw on the police officer's body cam that, yes, he was armed. And you notice that he was resisting. We know that part. What we don't know is, and the audio doesn't even show what was said and what happened. Now, we did saw the visual that that Snoop ran away from the officer, and I believe the officer shot him twice in the back with his hands on the side of his gun, holding so the gun, I guess because of the gun, he feared that the gun might fall out of his holster. So you notice he ran away holding on his holster. When he turned around, and this is the big key with this story. When he turned around, that's when this female officer shot him 3 times in the chest. Now people going to say, well, you see that? You see that? He was armed. Well, we know he was armed. The big question is, what happened to the audio? Why didn't we hear what happened on the audio of what was said? And how many shots were fired through Snoop's body? We didn't hear no audio. We did see the visual. Yes, we saw the visual that he was armed. We did see the visual that he ran away from the officer, and while he holding his gun on the side of his holster. We saw that. And we also saw when he was turned around and the officer shot him, the officer shot him 3 times in the chest. We saw that part. Now, we saw that part. What we didn't hear was the audio of the incident. What happened to the audio? There's no audio. And remember, on the body cam, they always have audio in them. I mean, basically, when you're a police officer, when you have body cameras, every incident has audio in those body cams. So we saw the visual, but what was said, how many shots were fired, because it was reported there was 5 shots. And according to the angle that we all saw in this video, he was shot twice in the back. And then when he turned around with his hand on his gun, probably, whether he's, I mean, the thing of it is that at the end of the day with this situation, she's going to be off the hook because they're going to say that, you know, he had a weapon. She feared for her life and she had no choice but to shoot him. That's, I mean, the evidence proves it. But the big question is, what was the audio? What was been said between the officers and Snoop, and how many times he was really shot? We didn't hear any audio of what happened, but the visual part. Now, the second part was the aftermath. That he was down, he was already dead at the scene. And you notice that the police officers on the witness's cell phone camera shows that the officers at that, I guess, got in his vehicle and ran away. So, you know, in this case, and you know, it's and basically sometimes we have to just wait until everything comes out. And of course, you saw the police version of this, that yes, he was armed. Yes, you know, he ran, but then the thing is that he ran away from the officer, which in my opinion, he wasn't a threat then. And as his hand was on his gun, which you notice that sometimes when a person run away from the cops with a gun on a gun of his holster, normally the gun will fall out. So I guess the way I see is that he tried to hold on to his gun so the gun won't fall out. But either way you look at it, you know, the cops basically gonna say that it was justified for killing him. Now, here's another scenario. You know, if a person has, I mean, in the state of Illinois, they have a permit carrying a weapon in the state of Illinois. Now, whether or not Snoop has a permit carrying that gun that day, does this video justify the officer to kill him? And the way I see it, and I mean, whether it's my opinion or not opinion, is basically according to the visual body cam, that and the people are gonna be upset about this and whatever, that the officers according to that is justified, because of course they're gonna say yes, it proves he has a weapon and it proves that she feared for her life and she had no choice but to shoot. The biggest question is, where's the audio of the body cam? We already saw the visual. What was said? What was said in the audio? You notice that there's no audio. There's no audio of what was said between the officers and the shooter. Well, not shooter, but the officers and the victim of this case. And how many times that the female officer shot him. We didn't hear no gunshots. That's reported that he's been shot 5 times, but we really don't know how many times he's been shot. So we saw the visual, but we haven't heard the audio. And that's going to be a biggest concern of this case, because that every body cam that the police officer has, it has not only the visual, but the audio as well. So I guess the police is trying to tell the public, see, he was armed, see that the officer, they fear from their lives, so we had no choice but to shoot him. But we didn't really know what was said in the audio or in that video. We didn't know how many times the officer shot him. We heard it was 5 times, but we really don't know for sure. So the thing of it is that at the end of the day, whether it's my opinion, whether it's your opinion, that the Chicago police and the media are going to make this situation justified. They're going to say the shooting was justified because he was armed and they feared for their life, and that was it. But we really don't know what really happened because we haven't heard the audio version of the incident. So tell me what you think about this video. Share this video. Subscribe my YouTube channel. Subscribe my reaction channel. And subscribe my Black Johnson channel for more news and commentary. With that being said, this is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.